we're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another spectacular episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 4 continents down, 2 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. See, we have a special guest tonight. And, she's been kicking ass and taking names all over New York City, whether it's the Bronx, whether it's Brooklyn, whether it's Queens, heck, whether it's in the city or Staten Island. If you're there, you're going to get your ass kicked and you're going to remember the name. And she's actually trained at Battle Club Pro, one of the hottest promotions in New York right now. Everybody, welcome to the show, the Bronx Borough President and Princess, Arya Rose. How you doing tonight, miss?
Greg, wow, the introduction. Love it. I'm doing
Uh,
great now.
it's nothing great. Look. It's a little bit of Road Dogg, a little bit of Justin Roberts, and then I scream at the top of my lungs. I hope I sound good. So it's nothing major.
But was working.
Yeah. So how's everything? I mean, you got a big win recently over Mel Ortiz, man. You definitely made it work for you, man. Like how's it feeling right now?
That was fun. That was a Women Crush Wednesday, which was amazing. And being a part of an all woman show is always like such a great experience. And working with Mel was like so easy, so fun. And I'm glad I got a win. Woo!
Yeah. But you've been doing great though, man. I mean, you had, you've definitely not been taking lefts, because I remember I saw you against I saw the match against Luxury Aaliyah, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, like y'all were. I mean, yeah, Luxury, she was a bit taller, but you were
Yeah.
not stepping down. And I mean, even though she got the win, I mean, still, I don't think she wants that smoke again. I don't think she'd want that smoke
I think
again.
she does, man. She'll never back down. I know that's for sure.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, man, how did all? I asked like 90% of our,
Mhm.
guests on this show. How did it all start for you with, becoming a wrestling fan? What was the match or the event that you saw that made you go, yo, that's cool, man. Y'all got a fan of me for life.
That's such a hard question because literally since I can remember, I've always been a wrestling fan. I remember being 6, 5, doing the ruthless aggression era. I remember bits and pieces of where I was when I saw certain things, and then I look back, I'm like, whoa, that was 2004, that was 2003. I remember those moments. So just all my life, honestly, because my grandfather, he used to literally make us sit crisscross applesauce to watch wrestling. There was no novelas in the house. It was just straight wrestling.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. So was it like WWE, or was it like, TN? I know TNA was back then. Or was it like, like you had some Lucha Libre from some AAA, some CMLL, some New Japan, or was it just like straight WWE?
So growing up, it was definitely straight WWE, and because of my grandfather, he definitely would watch on Saturdays some lucha shows. I can't recall what companies, but I definitely remember the Spanish announcers and the lucha shows, watching them usually on Saturdays or Sundays, and then it was just strictly WWE until I got older and discovered the indies, and it was oh my god, a freaking gate just opened, and I was like, whoa, there's more.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. That's how I felt too. Well, back in my day, I used to buy the magazines, and I used to be like, wait, who's this person? Who's that person? And when I
Yeah.
started reading, I felt like I was like the pro wrestling guru, because I was like, wait a minute, I know that person. That person is from such and such. That person's from MCW. That person's from ECW. Yo, y'all don't want no smoke with that person. That person does not play. So yeah, the
I
indies
had
are. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I had a moment with that recently, when AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble. I
Mhm.
remember watching with my dad and my brother and I think my little cousins, and they were like, "Who's this guy?" And I'm like, "That's freaking AJ Styles." And they're like, "Is he good?" And I'm like, "Is he good? Are
They
y'all
gonna
serious right
learn.
now?" That was the first moment when I was like, "Okay, y'all need to we need to expand our horizons, because if y'all don't know AJ Styles, what we doing?"
Oh yeah, AJ Styles is AJ. Actually, it's funny thing. I actually had his former tag team partner, Air Paris. on
Ooh.
our show like years ago, and so I knew AJ Styles, and I'm dating myself with when I say this. I knew AJ Styles when he was in WCW, like when he
Ooh.
had a tag team with a guy called Air Paris, and I saw them. I was like, yo, these guys are phenomenal, man. Like, and it's funny I said that, but I'm like the way because I like the high flying stuff too as well. I'm like, yo, these guys are like a great tag team, man. And I remember the name Air Styles and Air Paris, but unfortunately, when they got their big break, of course, that's when WCW folded. So I was like, man. And
Mhm.
then a couple years later, I saw like, wait, AJ Styles as an Air Styles, that's him. Wow, it's great. He's still doing the thing. But wait, where's his tag team partner? Where's Air Paris? Because I'm like, where's the other guy?
Mhm.
And then years later, I found out he was still in the Indies. He never really like um got to like he never really pursued it like AJ Styles did.
Mhm.
So he told us his whole story, and I always tell him, I'm like, look, bro, you're just as good as AJ. It's just that you decided to like step back from it. So,
Yeah,
but
everybody has like their own path.
yeah, yeah, that's the sad thing with tag team wrestling, man. Like one is like up there, and then the other's like not so up there, and you know, it is what it is. So with the indies, what was your first indie show that you went to?
It was a Ring of Honor show, and it was here in New
Woo!
York. I believe it was like in Terminal 5. And like I remember
What?
going. I remember going. I was like, I'm going for the Young Bucks. Like I'm here to see the Young Bucks. They were like the ones like to open like the floodgates to like the indies for me.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, let me go see the Young Bucks. And then I remember like the show, whatever, and I got clips. And then once I started like learning more about the indies and like learning more about like New Japan and stuff, I looked back at the card and I'm like, Okada was on that show? And I'm like, wait a minute, you telling me I went to this show just to see the Young Bucks and I had freaking Okada there and I didn't know who he was? And looking back, I'm like, sheesh. I was like, he was there and I didn't even know like who he was at that time. And looking back now, I'm like, how the hell I didn't know this man before?
It happens. Hey, but at
Yeah.
least you know now. So now when next time he's in town, you're definitely gonna go.
Yeah, I got to see him at the Garden.
Yeah. Or who knows? Maybe you'll be wrestling on the same show as he is one of these days. You
Oh
never
my
know.
gosh.
You
Ugh.
know. Hey,
You can
don't
only
get
dream. You can only
look
dream.
look at Roxanne Perez. I mean, she started off dressed up as AJ Lee, and now she's pretty much working with AJ Lee in WWE. So I
Right?
mean,
Yeah.
you never know how things are gonna be. I mean, I'll never forget. It's fun. I look back at her and AJ Lee and um Lita. Lita was at a wrestling show as a wrestling fan one time in Mexico. She decided to become a wrestler herself, and in my opinion, one of the leaders of the women's evolution.
Absolutely.
Because she and Trish showed that hey, they're more than just pretty faces; they can do all the high risk stuff too. And then not AJ Styles, AJ Lee met her. She was so overcome with emotion
Yeah, I saw
that
the
she
clip, that
couldn't.
video.
Yeah. And then AJ Lee ended up becoming the leader of the women's revolution with her and Paige, which showed, hey, we can be more than just pretty faces and bikini models. We can be a goth, we can be a tomboy in chucks and, Daisy Dukes and still be successful.
Yep.
And now you got Roxanne, who you got that clip of her dressed up as AJ Lee. So you never know where things could lead, man. You never know where things could lead. So speaking of which, who are your favorites that you enjoyed growing up?
Um, Growing up, like of all time, like
Mhm.
definitely people like Shawn Michaels. I'm a big like Stone Cold fan. I love Trish and Lita, absolutely. Who else? There's a bunch. There's just different. Like when I was growing up, it was definitely WWE based. So definitely like The Rock. Um, Later on, I was obsessed with Melina. I
Okay.
love AJ. That's what brought me back into WWE because I took like a little break from it, just life and stuff. And then I was like, okay, who is this girl who's on every week and is like on every freaking program? So definitely AJ, and then Mercedes Sasha is like my favorite women's wrestler right now.
Oh, you remember the crew? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
CEO.
absolutely. I'm a big like Daniel Bryan fan. He's one of my favorites. Jay White. It's just a big mix. A big mix. I don't have. like one certain type of style. I like a little bit from everything.
Yeah, that's not, so. Have you gotten to meet any of them? You got a great list there, by the way. But have you gotten to meet any of them like in person, like at a meet and greet or anything?
I got to meet Jay White, and he came for a House of Glory show. It was like right after the pandemic, I think like 2021, and that was like, oh my god, I was like, yeah, he's the coolest ever. He's literally one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, like top five right now. But like, I don't think I'll be able to meet. Like, I always say, I don't want to meet these people because, like, I want to keep them like on a pedestal. You know, sometimes they say, oh, if you meet your heroes, it might mess it up or whatever. But so far, the ones that I have met have been very kind and very cool, and like I've been able to take pictures. But like Daniel Bryan, I would not be able to beat him. Like I would run away. I would just be like, sir, you're not real.
Daniel Bryan is one of those people. If he were to ever train me, I
Oh
would
my
just
gosh,
I would
I
just sit
pass
down.
out.
I would just sit down, shut up, and just listen. Uh, I'd be like, if anybody's telling like, shh, hey, the American Dragon is teaching me. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
like
you got
that.
it. Copy. Yeah.
Like if he was to ever like open a training school, I lose my mind. Like I would. But I'm moving wherever you're going, honestly. And like with Mercedes too, like she's like another one that was like I would not want to meet her because like I was just I wouldn't know what to say. Like I watch all your matches. I don't know what to
Um,
do.
you never, hey, but you got to gear yourself up because one of these days you might end up working on a show where Brian Danielson comes through and does a seminar. I mean, you work for Battle Club Pro. I mean, y'all
Yeah,
got a
you
good rep.
never know who's walking through those doors.
Yeah, I mean, you had Indy Hartwell there before.
Yep.
You got Marsha Stanovich, who was on, who actually trains one
Yep.
of the trainers there.
Yep.
She actually worked. She was signed to TNA.
Yeah,
You
we've
know,
had some interesting characters pop up. Like we'll be like doing drills, and all of a sudden Mike Santana walks through the door, and we're like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "All right, you're gonna do some blow up drills. Get ready to die." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks."
I'm glad for Mike Santana, man.
Oh my god, he's
I'm
literally
very,
one of my favorites.
I'm gonna
Talk
be.
about made it from the gutter, straight out the Bronx, and look where he's at. Like that's literally a life goals right there.
I'm gonna be a bit controversial and say this. If I were Tony Khan, I would look at Mike Santana like, "Hey, yo, Ortiz, I gotta see you, bro. All this, you gotta step it up now, bro. I know it, and the reason why I would tell Ortiz that is because Ortiz, I see him as Mike. I see him as just as good as Mike Santana. I'm sure he pretty much met
Absolutely.
Ortiz. So I'm like, yeah, bro, we gotta do something with you, bro. Come, we gonna make something happen, And I hope he gets that chance too,
Yeah.
because
I went to one of his seminars and it was like one of the coolest experiences ever.
Ortiz or Mike Santana.
Ortiz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
That
guy,
yeah, he was just like he was one of the other people. Like he was at a show in Brooklyn and he was there with like Eddie Kingston and I'm like a huge like Eddie Kingston's another one that's like on my like top 10 list. And I got to meet him, whatever, and I was like, I want to do the seminar, but it's like full. It was like at capacity. And then one of our like Fallout coaches from Battle Club, he was like, come over right now and introduce yourself. And I was like, no. And then he literally like dragged me over and was like, this is so and so. And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, Ortiz, whatever. He's like, it's so nice to meet you. And I'm like, your seminar, like I really wanted to go, but it was full. And he was like, okay, just come and just say that I told you to come. And I was like, excuse me? He was like, yep, just come. And I was like, what? You didn't have to do that. And I just went. And then it ended up, he like made it free for everyone. And I was like, what the hell? And it was such a like great seminar. He gave some like, dropped some gems. So
yeah,
cool.
yeah, that sounds very cool. I'm glad you
Yeah.
got that opportunity. Don't go dropping. Don't go. You said drop it. He said dropping gems. Don't go and try dropping gem now because you might get hell to pay. don't, don't go. I don't think you.
I would drag her.
Let me stop, man. Although I know y'all did have battle before, and
Yes, that is my favorite person to punch in the face.
I know y'all definitely did battle before, and I know you're probably gonna want to run that back again, man.
Oh, she knows anytime, any place. It's on site every time. We love it.
So speaking of training schools, how did it all start? How did your journey go from wrestling fan to now Arya Rose professional wrestler? How did it go from like that to training at Battle Club Pro and your first match and everything?
Mhm. I had a friend from like high school who we stood in touch, and then he hit me up randomly like, "Hey, I have a wrestling show. Do you want to come? I know you were a huge fan in high school." And I was like you're wrestling on it? He's like, "Yeah." So I like went, and I was like, "Whoa, this is so cool." I didn't know like there were like local like shows and like schools and stuff. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like this is fun. I never in a million years thought that I would be able to like physically like be in a ring, like actually wrestle and like not die. So then I was like, okay, I need to find like a good school. And there was nothing for me in the Bronx. And I ended up going to like this show in Jersey, and I met one of the Fallout students. His name was Anthony Gamble, and he was like, "Hey, you really serious about training and actually becoming a wrestler? You need to come to Fallout." And I was like, "What's that?" And it was like he told me it was a school and it was in Queens, and he like literally like tried to beyond scare straight me. He was like, "If you're gonna come here, you better bring your A game. Like this is not like a joking around school. Like we have like legit trainers. Like if you're here to work, you better come to work. It's not like to joke around and play." And I was like, that's terrifying, but guess what? I'm still gonna show up. And I showed up and I never left. It
Oh, that's dedication, man.
is. It was like the most scary thing, like scary. Walking in was terrifying because I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. And then little by little, I just like started getting better and like I would say, a little better and better each time. So, and the coaches have told me I've gotten better. So, yeah.
Yeah. So progression is all that matters. I'm not a pro wrestler. Obviously, I never stepped in the ring except that one time to take a picture with Bret Hart at PWS 13 years ago. But if I could give you any tidbits of information, is the biggest power you have is not your actual strength. Is going to be willpower. It's just getting there. Everything else will fall into play, but just the willpower is just enough that's going to get you there. So once you get there, everything falls into place. So, but I know you got it, man. Come on.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like I came to the right place, and like ever since I came to Fallout, I feel like the stars have been like aligning, and my progression is the way it's going, like in a way that I am comfortable with, and like the connections I've been making. I feel like this was like the best path for me.
oh yeah, you live in. I can tell you right now, if you as a pro wrestler, you're lucky to live in one of the best places to pro wrestling because
Right.
you can. Okay, you got New York. Okay, you got Bronx. You got the five boroughs, but then you have over the Hudson, New
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, and also if you have Philadelphia where you can go.
Yeah.
If you're really motivated, you could go to Boston. You could go to New
Ah,
England area,
yeah.
right? That's three more states right there. You got further down south, you got Philadelphia, and then after you got the Delmarva area, you got Delaware, you got Maryland, and you got Virginia, and you got Washington, D.C. So those
Yeah.
are
It's
pretty much four more places you can actually wrestle at. So
yeah. The
it's just a
tri-state
matter of
and New
hopping in that
England
car.
area.
Big pardon?
I said the tri-state, like New England area, is like such a like big wrestling town, and luckily I've been able to like dibble and travel to a few states here and there, and it's very humbling, like to get like the crowd reactions from like places where I'm not from. So that's really fun.
Oh yeah, that shows you're doing a great job. So where have you? So I saw you in Battle Club Pro for Women's Crush Wednesday. Where else have you wrestled since becoming a pro wrestler?
Like state wise, like
Like just
location
just in
wise.
general, like state, like citywide, statewide.
This year, like looking back, it's been a little crazy. So this year, like alone, I was able to do San Francisco with
What?
my partner Brian Mom. I got to go with Jem, and I got to drag her all the way in San Francisco.
Wow, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah. For
Congratulations,
both.
more cow.
Yeah. I got to do Massachusetts, which was
Okay.
insane. I'm a
Awesome.
New York Yankees downtown, and that place hated me. I loved it. I came full decked in Yankee gear, and it was insane.
Oh, you want the
Yeah.
smoke? Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
New Hampshire was also another like very like Patriots, Boston like fan nation over there. So I went
Yeah.
again with like the full like Yankee New York gear, and they absolutely hated me, which was so much fun. And then
Wow.
Jersey, bunch of places in Jersey is like the go to always.
Yeah,
Oh, in Puerto
that's it.
Rico, I got
Were
to
you ever
rest in
in
Puerto.
Puerto Rico?
Yes, that I see. Even saying it sounds
Wait,
like insane.
WWC or
No, it wasn't for WWC. It was with Shadow Wrestling.
okay.
We got to do a show over there in Puerto Rico.
Let me guess. Either La Rosa Negra, Storm were on that card.
I'm saying you kind of cut off a little bit.
I was gonna say either La Rosa Negra, Jace or JC Storm were on that card, were they?
No, I believe JC was injured at the
Okay.
time, and then La Rosa Negra was not at that show.
Okay,
We
okay. She's
had
on
some
Puerto Rico
amazing
City
like
Stars.
Latinas. We had well me, Jem, we had Chica, Nahir was there. Um Vanija Vargas was also there, which she's amazing. Had a
Yeah, I've
bunch of
heard of
stuff.
her. That was and I don't mean to bring this up. Her husband was Australian. Her husband passed away, right? It was
That I don't know that.
yeah, but I've heard of Bania Vargas, and
Yeah.
yeah, I got that's another market I got to tap into. I gotta start interviewing some people from there. I had one person, I don't know even I didn't even know if she still wrestles. Her name was Roxy Boricua, but
Mm.
she was our first ever interview where the interviewer does not speak English, but we were able to
Oh.
find somebody. Yeah, that's how dedicated. I'm not trying to boast or anything, but that's how dedicated we are here. Like, if you can't speak English, we will find a translator and we will
And
get you.
that is appreciated. Like we need more people like you, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, why not? I mean, one first off, especially Spanish. I felt it would be an injustice if I didn't even try for Spanish because it's the second most spoken language in America. So I mean, why not just go the extra
Yeah.
mile? You know. But
Especially the Latin wrestling culture is
oh,
insane. So
don't get me started with WWE's.
right.
Let me tell you something. WWE is going to South America. I don't know if you saw. They're going to Chile, they're going to Colombia, and they're going to Argentina.
Ooh. Wow.
I am telling you right now, AEW is going to do the same thing in 2 or 3 years. They're going to touch
Absolutely.
that market very soon. South America is going to be touched very soon, and I like it because there are a lot of interesting. We had a woman named Catalina Garcia. She used to be known as Katrina Cortez in WWE. She was the one
Yes.
female luchadora with the mask. I think she used to
Oh.
accompany Sin Cara or Mystical, one of them,
Oh wow.
or I think it was may have been Kalisto or someone of the other guys. But she was there. We actually had her on the show with the mask and everything. So
Oh, that's see
and
for the culture, man. For the culture.
yeah. So I gotta ask you, speaking of our culture,
Yes.
tú eres dominicana. Y,
Yes. Big
uh,
Dominican.
I speak a little bit of Spanish, just a little bit, not a bit, a little
Poquito.
bit, a little bit. So you're Dominican. You're Dominican. How does it feel to actually, be a pro wrestler of Dominican descent, especially when and I mean, maybe I should have asked, maybe I should have backed it up, but you know, not only are you a pro wrestler of Dominican descent, but you've had others that have, been doing that are doing it, still doing it. Like you have Marty Bell, who is, in my
Yes.
eyes, a New York legend. The
Right.
celebration she got at Shine when I was there 7 years ago was crazy. You got No Way Jose, and you have who, man, I'm drawing a blank, but you
She
have
just signed right with NXT.
oh Reina Vulcan. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have those, your fellow countrywomen and countrymen that are actually in the business. What is that like? What is that like? What's your mindset at right now, knowing that They open those doors, and now you're doing the same thing they're doing, and potentially there's young, some little girl of Dominican descent, is watching, you know, watching them and watching you. May have been watching you at Women's Crush Wednesday, saying, "Wow, Adios is Dominicana. Wow, yo, that's awesome. I want to do this." Like, what does that do for you right now?
That is like the big being Dominican is one of my most proudest like things that I bring to the table, honestly. Um every time I get the chance, I'm gonna speak my language. I'm gonna express the culture. If it's through like music, if it's through like the gear, or if it is like the style and the hair, and I'm just so proud to be Dominican, and knowing that like there's little girls from the Dominican Republic, there's little girls from the Bronx that are like, oh my god, like she's Dominican too, and I can do that. Like growing up on TV, I didn't have that. We didn't. There weren't a lot of Latinas in WWE. I mean, Melina is like one of my favorites of all time, and she was definitely a pioneer for that. But looking now, there are so many Latinas in wrestling, and being able to like be like, oh my god, she looks like me, or like she speaks the same language as me. Like that's what more motivation to like go out there and like try than that. Just being like a visual for like a little girl to say I can do this. Like she looks like me, she has the same hair as me, she has the same accent. Like that's just like the ultimate goal, like to just to be like that one person that someone can look to and just be like, wow, like I can do that.
Wow. So I'm gonna speak it into existence. Joaquin Morales, Janelle Garcia, and the powers that be say, everybody, pack it up. The money, money's looking right. We going to, Dominican Republic, Punta Cana or Santo Domingo, maybe Boca Chica
Honest,
to actually
honestly,
do a wrestling show. What
do
would your
we
mindset? What would your mindset? What's the first thing you're gonna do when you go to when you go there?
wrestling in the Dominican Republic will literally be my biggest like accomplishment. Forget like WrestleMania, like whatever. That those if it happens, those will probably be in the States. But to wrestle in the motherland in Dominican Republic, like I would literally, I don't even know if I'll be able to survive like out of like the joy and like the emotions. And first of all, half the crowd is gonna be my bloodline in there because I have like my titis, my cousins, I have a brother out there. Like I have uncles of uncles of uncles of uncles that are like, oh my god, tu lucha libre, and they be like, you do the John Cena stuff, you know John Cena, and they're like, just when they heard I was going to Puerto Rico to wrestle, they were like, okay, when are you coming to the art? The whole town is gonna be there, no matter if it's in Santiago, if it's in the capital. Like they're all like, we're gonna rent a van and we're all just gonna go. So that's gonna be, that would be a moment, and I am putting that into existence. I will wrestle in the Dominican Republic one day, and it's gonna be insane. Like it's gonna be like one of the biggest accomplishments ever for me.
I could imagine that crowd too, because I've never set foot on the Dominican Republic
I'm
in
actually
Dominican
going
Republic.
tomorrow.
What? Ooh,
I'm
I know you're
literally
excited.
nails done because I'm going tomorrow. I'm going on like a little mini vacation with my
I gotta
family.
I gotta go there one day, man. I had some Dominican food the other day in Farmingdale, and I was like, wow, this is really good food. I think I got like the best platinos too, man. Like
Oh my god,
my
the
my
best food.
coworker, she had. So the place was called Dominican Restaurant 4. If for those of you wondering, and if you ever want to check it, it's in Farmingdale. You take the train to Ronkonkoma and get off at Farmingdale, and it's not too far from the train station. But when I saw her plate, she's a vegetarian. She had to get like she got the cauliflower, some
Mhm.
cucumbers, and some plants. I'm like, wow, those are like the best plants I've ever seen. Like, and the food was just
So,
bar none phenomenal. So I was like, wow, that's is I know if I go to DR, I'm definitely gonna enjoy myself, man. I want to go one day. But the
yeah.
thing with me is I don't want to be stuck on a resort. I keep telling my coworkers, like, I don't want to be stuck on a resort, man. I want to go see some culture. Like I want to see the baseball stadiums, I want to see, some stuff that some like,
Yeah.
culture, dancing and so on, bachata. So yeah.
Yeah. This time, I'm usually every time I go, I'm usually like with the family. I'm in the towns, but this time I'm only gonna be able to go to like the resort area, which is kind of sad. But
Uh,
usually I don't want to see no resorts. Like I want to see my house, I want to see my aunts, I want to see the chickens, I want to go to the campo. Like that's all me right there. And
that's great.
and it's so funny because I'm like I'm going to DR, right? And you know what? Like I'm plotting in my
Mhm.
head. I already have like 3 promos lined up that I'm gonna film once I get over
Yo,
there.
you gotta do it.
Like
You gotta do it. Do it
like the
for the
mind.
beach, yo. I can see
I
it.
cannot wait.
Do
Like
it.
I stay tuned for those Dominican promos. They're gonna be so obnoxious, and I can't wait to film them.
Yo, if I
Like
okay,
forget the beach. I'm ready for the promos.
I'm not Dominican. I'm not Dominican, obviously. Although people do tend to think, "Oh, you Dominican?" Nah, I'm Guyanese. But thanks for the compliment. But like no joke. I've had people, my own black people tell me, "You Spanish? You Dominican?" Nah, bro. Nah. I'm just Guyanese.
You
But
are
listen,
everybody. We all Dominicans.
but
Primo, cousin.
if I was if I was Dominican and I was filming a promo, then I'd be there with my shirt with my little fruit juice in my hand. I got the bachata music playing. I'm just cutting my promos like I'm like the $1 million man, like Mister, like
Oh man,
high up.
it's
I'd be like that.
yeah. I'm so excited to film them. It's gonna be so much fun.
How long is the flight? It's like 1 hour, two. No, it's not one. It's like 2 hours. Like 2.5 hours.
No, from New York, it's like 3.5.
Well, that's not bad. Guyana's like
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
like 3.5.
definitely enjoy that. Man. I'm looking. I'm be psyched for them promos. I'm like, "Ah, she showed the promo yet?
I'm like,
Where's
it's
the
gonna be
resort
so fun. I
and the
can't
beach?"
wait.
Yeah, yeah. But so speaking of places that you travel, so is there a difference in the crowd? Because I've heard people say, the crowds are different in certain places.
Yeah.
What was the crowd? We know what the crowd like here is here in New York. I mean, come on, we had that one guy, that one older guy that was yelling stuff at the match. We got guys
Mhm.
like him in New York. But what was it like? What was the crowd like in San Francisco? What was the crowd like in Puerto Rico? I'm not gonna say New England because New England's kind of like New York, even though they don't want to admit it. But what was it like with San Francisco? What was it like the crowd like in Puerto Rico?
The San Francisco crowd was insane. They were so much fun. They were so much fun. I think for me, I don't know what it is. I get usually like the same kind of crowd reaction because I usually work like as a heel. So
Okay.
I'm usually it's a little easier for me to get a reaction from somebody by telling them like you're stupid or blah blah blah. I don't like you. And usually it's like an instant like what the hell? We don't like her. We're gonna boo her. So usually I my tag partner Brian, we're usually like heels and we're very like obnoxious and we're very like catty and we're very like interactive with the fans. So we usually like get them like even from our entrance, we usually like to engage them from the entrance. So by the time we get to the ring, we're ready like rile them up to the point where they're like, "Boo, get out of here!" So it's usually like a fun like little reaction.
That's awesome.
The
So
Puerto Rico crowd was very interesting.
I would be scared.
I listen. We Spanish people, we have very dark humor. Okay, we we have dark
I
humor.
got a feeling.
I
I
don't
would.
know. Can
I'm
I
not
say
doubting
this?
you.
I'll say it because it was like not malicious. Definitely was malicious. But we were wrestling, and then I told one of the fans like something about stupido blah blah blah, and he was like, "Jamala ice, Jamala ice." Mind you, we're in Puerto
Oh,
Rico. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? That was like one of the funniest. But like I said, it wasn't like in a malicious way. It was definitely like a bit of like a dark humor.
yeah.
But like with the crowd, you never know like what you're gonna get. I know I busted out laughing and I try to like hide it mid match because I heard them saying it.
Wow. That's. Yeah. Puerto Rico definitely sounds like it's a vibe. I'd be
Yeah.
kind of scared though because I know people tend to throw stuff. I might end
Oh
up getting.
no, nothing like that. Nah, yeah, nothing like that. I
I'm
feel
thinking.
like if we go to DR and I lose, they might riot. I'm just saying, whoever my
I might,
opponent is, they better
man.
be
Look,
ready because I'm.
I don't mean this in any offensive way, but if I ever were to wrestle, I'm not a wrestler, but if I were to ever wrestle in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, I would just look at my point. If they're from there, I'm like, look, man, just take the win, man. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to get hit with a chancleta, man. I'm good. We go even this up when we get back to New York, but you got to win this time, man.
Yeah, I've seen like I look at like there's been a lot Dominican like wrestling culture is like it's pretty big. Like I was looking at the Jack Veneno matches. Those like the crowd was like crazy intense. Like I'm like okay, we need I need this. I need this.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Jack Banana. I remember that. It's just sad I never got to like get him on the show because it would have been nice to hear how things are and how it was for him because apparently he won the NWA World Championship from Ric Flair of
Yeah,
all people.
versus Ric Flair, and then they overturned it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely a historical figure. So you mentioned Brian Baum, man. Like, what is that a tag team or a stable? Because when I saw you come out, it was two of y'all, but then I saw a third guy there. I forgot what his
Yes.
name was. Don't tell me, JD, right?
Yeah, Jeremiah Daniels.
Jeremiah, my bad if you watch this, man. I'll remember your name next time. I just got the JD part right. I just
Yes.
got the JD part right. But yeah, so is it a stable now, or is it like a tag team?
It's a family.
Okay,
It's a stable. So it started off. Oh, look, Brian. He's right there.
okay.
Brian Baum. Yeah. So it started with just me and Brian. Like we just like instantly clicked and bonded, and we were like, okay, let's take over this world and be a mess and crazy and chaotic together. And then Jeremiah, he's a new trainee. And we just like really loved his vibe, and he was like so like excited to like learn stuff, and he just like fit like our crazy chaotic vibes. So it was like, come to the dark side and join us. And then it's been like us three for like maybe like 2 3 months so far. And it's been really fun working with them, especially Brian. Like without Brian, I don't know where I would be in this wrestling world. He's like my woosah. Like I literally go to him for like every single thing. Like I'm like Brian, I want to hit right to this promoter, but I don't know what to say, and he'll be like, "So this is what you're gonna say," blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can't send it here. You press send, and he'll literally like press send for me.
Brian, and I got to get him on the show too. He's been on my radar for a bit. Brian looks like the kind of person that if I ask, hey Brian, how do I look in this outfit? He would cuss me out and then help me afterwards. Like,
Oh,
this
absolutely. If
is
he
this.
Yeah, he won't bite his tongue. Like if you look amazing, he's gonna tell you. If you look a mess, he's gonna tell you, and then he's gonna tell you how to fix it. You know, you're gonna get 100% authentic with Brian. Like he's not gonna sugarcoat it at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to get him on here, man. Him and JD, man. I'm
That would be
definitely going.
amazing. If you want it, we'll all pull up, all three of us, and make a mess out of it.
Geez, y'all gonna make me hide behind a couch, man. I'm good. Yeah. So, well, first off, I just gotta say, I'm very happy that you've actually. I'm genuinely happy that you got to wrestle in all those places. What are some places that you're looking to wrestle next in the future? For me,
uh,
a place I hope you get to go to is Japan. If you get to go to Japan,
oh my
you gotta
gosh.
you gotta get your Ribera jacket. I hope you get that opportunity. You heard about the Ribera jacket, right?
Absolutely. That's like the go-to place. You go in there, get your jacket.
There's some food too. The food's.
Yeah.
I went there for my birthday this year. Yo,
I've never
woo!
yet.
I enjoyed that steak. I might go back to
Yeah.
Japan later on this year. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like every wrestling, like every aspiring wrestler, they always like the goals are definitely Japan, Mexico, and like Canada. And I think like dreaming big, like it would be amazing to hit all those places. But for me personally, like I said earlier, like Dominican Republic would be like that's like my number one ultimate goal to like wrestle in. And then
Mhm.
I have like littler, like more like tangible places I want to do. Like I think Texas is like I would love to wrestle in Texas and Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Well, you know this already. Texas wrestling scene, huge.
Yeah.
Man, the Texas wrestling scene is something else, man. They got a great thing going on there. I've been fortunate to watch wrestling down there once. It was for a show called Anarchy Championship Wrestling. They're no longer
Mm.
in operation, but the people I saw there, some of them, several of them have gone on to do great things. That's where I first saw Athena.
Mm. Yeah, I
It
think
was
Booker T has his school out there, I
yeah,
believe.
reality wrestling.
Yeah, I think they're out of Texas, in Houston, I believe.
The show I went to, that this was like 11 years ago. I saw Athena there, Sue Young,
Wow.
and this guy, Starks.
Wow.
Is it Ricky Saints? Ricky Saints. Ricky
Ricky
Saints.
Saints.
I saw him, and there was this other guy. I know you remember him, Masada. He's the one with
Mm.
this. There was a guy who used to have like the sticks. He had this thing with he took like these giant toothpicks and he'd slam them into his opponent's forehead, and they'd be blood.
Oh,
He was more like a
Masawa?
deathmatch wrestler, Masada.
Oh, shoot.
Ask ask Masha and George Santi should know who he is.
Okay, I'll ask.
Santi probably would. If you mention him to George Santi, he's probably gonna run away. Like, nah, I'm good. Masha, being the crazy one, might want to actually fight that man. But yeah,
Actually, you're right. Absolutely.
yeah, but those guys, yeah, definitely, yeah, that was definitely a great show as well. But I hope you get go to Texas. I hope you get it. Have you been to Chicago before?
No.
Let me tell you, when you go to Chicago, like I said, I'm ain't no shame in my game. I love food. I'm a foodie. I'm a big guy.
Hmm.
Get some portillos. You got to do portillos.
Portillos? I'm surprised you didn't say
Portillo.
pizza.
Huh?
I'm surprised you didn't say pizza.
No, I'm gonna say that afterwards. But this is how good
Oh.
Portillo's was, right? It's the best hot dog you'll eat in your life, or at least that's what I think.
Oh.
And get the chocolate cake
Portillos.
milkshake. If you can handle that, because I know some people don't like too much sugar, but chocolate cake
Oh,
milkshake,
I do. That's my weakness.
yeah, you will. And there's a lemon cake milkshake too. And then of course, for pizza, Giordano's. However, you're either gonna do two things. Either one, you're gonna be so hungry you're gonna eat it all, or two, you're gonna save some for later. I couldn't
Oh.
eat it all. I couldn't eat it all in one sitting, but
Oh, that's
definitely
pizza is
good.
my weakness. Oh my gosh.
Giordano's and Illuminati's can't go wrong with those two.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Texas and Chicago
this
is like one of like my little bucket list places.
yeah, but Chicago, you're definitely gonna like it. You're definitely gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I want
Hope
to
you
go
get a
during
chance
hockey
to.
season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
Chicago's definitely.
for
Sorry, go ahead.
Texas, definitely like for Texas, gotta go during football season. Cause I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I gotta ask you. So with the wrestling, who? So you faced a myriad of opponents. You got the win over Mel Ortiz. You're gonna run it back against Luxury Leah. I don't think she might be lucky this time.
Ah,
You're gonna
right.
Jem got to watch out because you're gonna be coming after that
Yup.
Icons championship, and you got so many
Drag.
people. Who are your top five? Who are the five on your list that you want to wrestle eventually? You could mention any names. It could be from the Indies, Japan, AEW, WWE, CML, AAA. Who are
Oh
some
my
people
gosh.
you want to wrestle eventually? You could say, "Hey, wrestling's unpredictable. You never know. You never know."
Mm, there are a few names, especially like on the indie scene right now. There's a few like women that I have like I don't want to like put it out there yet because like I don't want to like jinx it. So I won't say like those girls, but definitely like the dream would definitely be um to be even in like on a show like with Mercedes. That would be like the ultimate like go and like dream.
Okay.
There's so many girls in the indies that I really, really would love to face, and I have my little list. And like I look at it, I'm like, oh, one day, like I've met some of them already, so hopefully one day we get to, and y'all would know who I mean when those like matches happen in the future. Hopefully,
Oh wow. Well, I
yeah,
hope you. Well, I hope you get to wrestle all of them, and hope you get to wrestle everywhere you want to wrestle. But I'm glad that you're actually getting it. I always applaud a wrestler that gets to wrestle outside their own state, if not their own country, because it's an education within itself. And
yeah,
if I could give any advice to any wrestler besides the one I gave you earlier with willpower being your greatest
yeah.
strength, is if you can't go WWE or AEW or even TNA, just go worldwide. Just wrestle in as many places as you can.
Yeah, get the
You
reps.
know, go coast to coast. Hit up Chicago. You know, I know you're gonna make it to Chicago. It's
Oh,
undeniable. Texas is another one you're gonna hit up. I know you can make that happen. You got Texas. You know, go to like Minnesota. Go to California. Go to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. They got a lot of great people up there too. You know, so
Atlanta's another.
that's another one. You know, shout out to the Nightmare Factory and WBA4. Yeah, if I could tell them, just go nationwide and worldwide, man. You'll have so many stories to tell. Trust me. You'll look even if you were to call it a career, you never made it to the big leagues. Not that that matters to me. Um, Even if you just did that and you called it a career afterwards, that's still a lot of stories that you can actually tell people. So I hope
Yeah.
you get that chance, man. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, and like literally what you just said, that's like one of the like first things that the coaches like at the fallout shelter like told me. Hop in those cars, make those trips, make those travels, make connections out of state. If you have like a peer that's like I have a show in Blasey Blasey. Hey, can I hop in now? Go half with the cat with the gas and all that stuff, and just hop in the cars and make those trips and make those connections. That's like literally one of the best advices. Get those reps. That's the only way you're gonna learn, honestly. Get your
Oh
name
yeah.
out there. There's only so many like times that you can wrestle like in New York, and like people eventually are gonna get like tired, you know? So you have to like make those connections, meet those new fans, meet those new like companies where they're like, okay, we want to bring you back and we want to bring you back again. Hey, we're traveling and we're gonna go to this show. We want to bring you along also. But yeah, going out there, making those connections, getting those reps. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just got two more questions
Yes.
before we call it a show. So my second to last question, Battle Club Pro, it's a great, school. I always enjoy y'all
Absolutely.
shows. What are five people excluding? We're gonna get Brian Baum on here. We're gonna get
Okay.
JD on. Don't worry. Brian Baum and JD, don't go too far. We gonna trust me. We gonna make those interviews happen like a captain. But who are five others that you feel that we should have on our show? We've had Gemma on already.
Oh,
We've
okay. I was
had
gonna.
we've had Sammy Chaos.
Oh, that was my next
We
person.
we've
You
had
had all the
Joaquin
goats.
Morales. Well, he's not a wrestler, but we've had Joaquin on here, and we've had Janelle on here. We're having Rembrandt on tomorrow. And y'all got a
That's
spoiler.
you literally said my three goats. Like I was gonna say. Rem was literally I was gonna say his name next, and you already said it. So you're gonna have
I
greatness on
tried, I
tomorrow.
tried, I tried getting the Johnny Cage guy. What's his name? AJ Bacaro. But he told me he called his agent, and I keep getting called. I keep getting a,
we
a busy signal. But yeah,
Yeah, but you already have some Fallout greats like you, Jem, Sammy, Rembrandt. Like those three already. Like I absolutely adore them, and they are amazing people. But we have so many like hidden gems who are getting out there at Fallout right now. The tag team, the Golden Glovers, Landon and Bam. They are absolutely
oh, I've
amazing,
heard
and I
of those
think
guys.
yeah, they are making names and they winning titles left and right. So definitely the Golden Glovers. I would highly recommend to reach out to them, and I'm sure they have like some really cool, amazing stories. There's so many. Oh my gosh, uh, I'm blanking right now. Definitely Brian, Jeremiah. We have a bunch of new fun students who I'm sure will love to just like be able to pick your brain also here.
Okay, awesome. I'll definitely be on the lookout. But yeah, Rembrandt, we're having him on tomorrow. He's been on our radar for a bit, and I was like, yeah, it's time for us to get this guy on here. But yeah. So my last question, man. You're West Indian. I'm West Indian too. We always gotta, keep moving to the music. You know what
Cousin.
I'm saying? Whether it's
Yes.
reggae, whether it's reggaeton, bachata, salsa. We keep on moving. To the beat.
Hmm.
So whenever you're in the gym getting ready to do a workout, some reps, some weights, or some cardio, or whenever you're, getting ready, you're on your way to your match to face your opponent. What are some songs that are on the Bronx Borough President and Princesses playlist?
Oh, okay. I could talk about this for hours because when it comes to music, like that's literally I am an encyclopedia when it comes to that. But surprisingly, like when I like want to get in the zone, when I want to like hype myself up, I am listening to like very like sad, like girly R&B music, which is people find it so weird. Like they'll think like I'm listening to like hip hop or like a boogie or like some like gangster music because I'm from the Bronx. But my playlist is usually SZA or Mariah the Scientist, especially like before a match or like when I'm trying to get in the zone. I'm like listening to the girls pour their hearts out in my ears.
Okay, that works. That
Yeah.
definitely works. I gotta say though, your interest music, you got really good taste. You got lean back is a bump. Lean back is definitely one to bump, but you also got Como la Flor by Selena.
Yeah, I had to add that Latin flair to it. Absolutely. Like I said, however I can add like my culture to anything that has to do with wrestling, I'm gonna do it. And that's how I got to like that's why I chose like the entrance music
Yeah,
because very Bronx. It don't get more Bronx than lean back, honestly. And then adding the little Latin flair with Selena, who was like my style icon with everything. Like I look to her whenever I need to get like inspiration in terms of like my style and like presentation. Definitely, I look towards Selena, so that little combo was really cool to do.
man, I'll tell you, there's another wrestler. I hope you get to meet her one day if you haven't already. But her name is Lulu Larena. I think y'all would get along very great because she wrestles in Chicago actually, and she loves Selena. She has her. We had her on the show too. Her entrance theme is actually techno cumbia,
Oh, that's a banger. Ugh.
but
Really? What was her name? You said Lulu Reina?
Lulu Larena. Yeah,
Oh.
she wrestles in Chicago. You'll probably meet her one of these days. I think Battle Club. She wrestles in New York sometimes. So but she wrestles between mostly Chicago and Texas.
Oh,
So
cool, cool.
yeah,
Anything for Salinas.
but you know what's funny? You're gonna laugh because her breakout songs. She has only two English songs. She has "Dreaming of You," which is one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorites.
Oh my god, I love it.
There's "I Could Fall in Love with You," which was another one. But
Mm-hmm.
my favorite stuff is actually her stuff um her like before her English stuff like Amor Prohibido,
Yes.
Bidi Bidi Bom Bom. That's
Baby Bong Bong.
I don't even know what she's saying, but I'm dancing to
No me
it.
queda más. Oh, I
Um,
love Selena. I love it.
Como la Flor is like the one you have that's one of
Mm-hmm.
my favorite. And she had one with the Barrio Boys.
Yes,
Donde
yes, yes,
Quiero. I forgot
yes.
what the rest of it was.
Donde quieras que yep.
I was like, yo,
You
this
see how like just music is doesn't have a language. It's like so universal. Like you don't
yeah,
even have to understand the language, but it's like is beautiful and it connects us. And that's the same thing with wrestling. Like you could put on a New Japan match and not know a thing that the commentators are saying, but like this is like an amazing, beautiful match. So
yeah.
that's what yeah. It's you see how it all connects. I love
Yeah,
it.
I definitely see it. I definitely see it, man. So I just gotta say, Arya, it was an honor having you on here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be a guest on our show. Really and truly appreciate it. That win you had was hella impressive. I look forward to seeing more of your matches. I hope you get to wrestle everybody
Thank
you
you
want to
so
wrestle and
much.
go to other places. Like I said, kudos on San Francisco. Hope you get to
Yeah, that
go
was thank you so much.
I hope you get to go down south to LA. I hope you get to go over to Vegas. I saw Gem in Vegas actually. I was like, oh, Gem.
Oh wow, that's another go on there too.
Yeah, Vegas. I hope you get to go to all over the places and you're like, yeah, you have all these stories to tell us. But yeah, man, like I wish you nothing but the best, man. And I hope sky's the limit. I hope you reach the stars and everything. Before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out when your next appearance is, purchase Arya Rose merchandise? And where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for the shows, if not all over the world, all over the United States of America?
I am definitely most active on Instagram. And that would be through Arya underscore Rose 25.
Awesome. So
Yes.
y'all heard that's her Instagram. That's her social media plug, Arya underscore Rose 25. Make sure you follow that woman right now.
Yeah.
And when the merch comes out, make sure you cop the merch. If you can't make the show she's at, That's one way you can support is actually purchasing the merch. And that way, when she gets signed by WWE or AEW or TNA or ends up going to Stardom and some jabroni goes, "Oh, I got the Stardom shirt or the AEW WWE shirt that they put out for Arya Rose," you could be like, "Man, I got her stuff from when she was on the Indies, man. I'm a real
Oh
fan."
my god, that would be amazing. That would be such a fun story. I'm gonna remember this moment if that ever happens.
I'm telling you, you would be surprised. You if you get an indie wrestler shirt and you show up to them and they see that shirt, like,
Yeah.
yo, and they're like some
Like
person
we're
that's
OG
like their,
fans. Yep.
you'll be like, yo, let me tell you, I once had, I don't know, there was a guy, there was a tag team, Paul London and Brian Kendrick, one of my favorite
Hmm.
tag teams. I was a huge Rockers fan when it was Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty,
Hmm.
and I was a huge fan of theirs. So Paul London and Brian Kendrick used to remind me so much of Shawn and Marty. So when their first shirt dropped, I actually bought that shirt. I'm like, yo, I don't care what y'all
Ah,
say. This is my team. I'm rocking them. I bought the shirt, right? So now, several years later, that was 2008, 2009. I bought that shirt. 2013, I'm in Corona, New York for Family Wrestling Entertainment. They had a show that promotion folded a long time ago. It's no longer around, but the only show I attended for them, I went there, and I saw Paul London at his table. So I went up to Paul London, and he looks over at me. He's like, "Oh wow, a fan." I'm like, "Yeah, man, you guys are
ah,
my favorite. Are like my favorite tag team. Where's Brian?" He's like, "Oh, he's off somewhere doing something." I'm like, "Okay." So he's like, "Dude, do you mind if I sign your shirt?" I'm like, "Bro, it's your shirt, man. Go ahead and sign it. I don't mind." Paul,
that's
if a
so
wrestler
dope.
wants to sign his shirt that I'm wearing, yeah, go ahead. I'm not, I mean,
That is so
you know,
dope. Oh my gosh.
yeah. So you would be surprised the reaction you would get when they see that support. Like,
Yeah, that OG support doesn't get realer than that.
yeah. So wrestling fans, y'all definitely learn something. Buy the shirt and wear it with pride. And when, yeah.
Right.
So once again, thank you very much. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap. But before I partake in those activities, for those of you that are watching and listening from the comfort of your own homes, if you want to follow me on social media, just a forewarning, I don't say a lot of cool stuff, but I do go to a lot of cool places. I might be going to Indonesia. I might be going back to Japan later on, in October, or I might be going to some other country. I don't know. Maybe I might go to France or somewhere. I don't know. It all depends on how I feel. But if you want to see me on my adventures, and then me as to where to go and what activities are there for you in certain countries and cities, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. Also TikTok at the Remy Blue as well. Definitely TikTok if you're a foodie. I do reviews for restaurants, so definitely follow me on there for those of you watching. And I'm also on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social. I'm also on Facebook as Remy Blue. You can find me on there. But more importantly, way more importantly, our podcast is on social media. We're on Twitter. No, well, we're on Instagram and we're on Blue Sky, all across the board at Ringside Site. Just type it in, you'll find us. We're also on Twitter again. We got a new Twitter. Our old one got hacked, but we're back again because pro wrestling needs us and we can't quit now. So our new Twitter, listen clearly, at Ringside Social. That's our new Twitter. If you get anything from at Ringside Society, that's not us. We got hacked. Can't access the account, even though they say we have access. So we're starting over again. It is what it is. At Ringside Social on Twitter. We're also on Blue Sky at Ringside Society. We're also on Twitter, on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Spotify and we're also on Teespring, where we sell our official Ringside Society merchandise. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have long sleeve shirts, we have coffee mugs, several different designs, more designs coming through. We're about to drop a design tonight, actually, for our In Your City series, where we have our logo in city colors. So stay tuned for that. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. And we're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. And last but not least, we're on YouTube as well. We have a YouTube channel where you can see great interviews like this one, like the one we had before for 15 Minutes of Fandom with Malcolm Litt, and and many others like Jem and Sammy Chaos. You can find those interviews on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. It's not even rockets. It's not even pre-algebra. Just go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really good-looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames on it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos. because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. As a matter of fact, man, I feel so good right now. I got some Chinese food waiting for me. I'm gonna give y'all a little spoiler right now. So tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. This is for all you Ricky Sosa fans, even though I'm not trying to take away from our guests. If you are a fan of Ricky Sosa, if you enjoyed his performance at House of Glory last week, or was it the week before last, stay tuned. Tune in tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. because we'll be having his Top Dogs family stablemate, former Top Dogs family stablemate, A Buck, will be on our show. Right, this is a man who's actually worked with Ricky Sosa when they were in Europe together. He'll be on our show tomorrow, and we're going to chop it up about his wrestling career and what he intends to do in the world of professional wrestling. And afterwards, I know you're going to love this one, Arya, at 7 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, which is going to be 4 o'clock p.m. for all my West Coast riders, 6 o'clock p.m. for all my people in the middle, we're going to be having the man who is an artist in the ring, Rembrandt. He will be joining us tomorrow as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And with that being said, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best and realest wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to. And we're not going to stop being that. So those of you that are going to listen later on, you get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we just leave and go away and never return. Well, like myself at Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know we very well and understand that everybody and their grandparents and their parents are a podcast, and there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? We're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. So with that being said right now, I'm going to say it one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for Battle Club Pro and the banger shows that they keep putting on and on and on and on, and one time for the Bronx Borough President and
That's
Princess
right.
Arya Rose. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. We'll be back tomorrow with another impressive guest, another impressive episode. But until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.
Awesome.